Whittier, Alaska. Unfortunately, it's 6:15, and in about 3 hours we're going to be off the boat. The sad part is called disembarkation.
Top of the hour. So, since it's 9:30, you guys get a bonus city tour of Whittier, Alaska. Whittier has a population of 260 people. It is one of the smallest towns here. It's only one street, so we'll eat up about 5 minutes of our time.
The cafe.
Now, from the city of Whittier, you can see 7 glaciers. They're kind of hard to tell right now because everything's still covered in snow, but there are 7 of them. This port is it's the first port for the Marine Highway system. The Marine Highway is pretty cool. It goes from Whittier down to Seattle, and so you can drive your car onto it and take the scenic route back to the lower 48 on a boat. This is also a deep port, which means it doesn't freeze over like the one in Anchorage, which is why we use this port for a lot of shipping and for the cruise ships. And this is the town of Whittier. We just drove through it. Yeah, so the question was, why is the tunnel only open at the top of the hour? So this tunnel, just a little bit of history of the tunnel. During World War II, the U.S. was looking for a passageway to be able to get supplies here to Alaska to defend it against the Japanese. So they were able to find one of the native tribes called the Athabascans. They used this port to whale, or they hunted seals and whales and fish. And they helped the United States build this as a port, but there wasn't a way out of it. As you can see, it's completely surrounded by mountains. But if they were to go any further north, there wasn't a deep enough port for it to not freeze over, and so it wouldn't be beneficial during the winter. So they made this one tunnel straight through the mountain, and it was only intended to be for the railroad. So it didn't need to be 2 cars wide or 2 tracks wide. It was just in and out to get supplies from here to Anchorage. And they've tried widening it, but because of the infrastructure that they used the first time that they built it, with the steel beams, any kind of widening of what's already here would just collapse the tunnel. So they would have to build a completely new tunnel in order to get 2 lanes through. So they let cars go in they leave Whittier at the top of the hour, and they come into Whittier at the bottom of the hour. Okay. You'll be able to see up here there's a few pull-out points that we use in emergencies. Maybe we'll see the emergency that caused the delay. But if there were to be an earthquake or any kind of breakdown with a car, we would all go into the safe rooms that are off to the side. Now, I know you guys have been traveling all around Alaska, so if I say anything that you've heard before, I apologize, but I'm doing my best, and I'll try to keep it just specific to this highway and to Anchorage, so I don't repeat anything. And if anybody gets too hot or too cold, let me know. It's kind of hard to regulate the temperature and such a big stuff, but I will try to do my best. Yeah. You could do what's called dip net fishing, where you just dip your nets and pick up as many fish as it'll take, and there is a weight limit or a bucket limit, but only residents can do that. If you're coming from out of state, you have to fish it with a hook. An interesting thing about them is if they lose a feather on one wing, they'll drop the same feather on the opposite wing to balance themselves out. They also mate for life, and they do nest around here. We'll see a few nests on our way to Anchorage, so just keep an eye out for those. They're huge. They can be up to 12 feet deep. They have the largest nest of any bird. Constant was, how big it was, and where they could see any sheep up there. Saw some people. Yeah.
Denali in the background. Look at that, jeez. Wow. You're right, it's not really that cold.
The wind's a little cold, but
Yeah. I'm glad that it cleared up. I mean, look how it's got like the little bit of like cloud that kind of goes in front, but the peak is clear.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I was getting kind of worried on the way over here, like you couldn't see. Little town of Talkeetna. Still got some snow.
Ah! Number one rule, no dogs.
No dogs. The snow. Still snow on the ground here.
Breaking it up.
Ooh, they got like some little metal stuff.
Huh?
Look at that big pile of snow. This is a cool little town. Sled dog tours.
This might be. We're gonna have to come back with the kids and explore more.
Pile of snow.
Just don't toss it at me. I love your dog. He's even got a bow tie. We need to make Chippy a bow tie. I got evidence.
All the ice floating around. Oh, now he's got some more clouds in front of it.
You can still see the tip of it.
Yeah. Yeah. This is just a cool little town.
I know. It's so
Mm.
neat.
There's not much to it, but
That's what makes it unique.
I mean, who makes
You
an
just
air?
walk everywhere.
Who makes a food trailer out of an airstream? Look at that.
I was hoping.
Look at the snow.
Lots of construction going on.
Ooh. That cabin has grass on the roof.
Oh, that's the historic museum back there.
There is a moose right there. Without horns.
I was just looking at that. You want to take it off?